My name is Ashlyn Kelly. Today we're sitting down in the Resonate Studios, presented by Resonate. We're sitting down with Pirates running back Justin Stockton. All right, you ready to just jump into it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you played in Texas Tech, and you also have a history of playing in the XFL. How did you get into football just from the beginning?
I started playing football when I was 7. I played for the Wesley Chapel Vipers when I was living in Florida. And then that's where my journey in football started. And then I played for the New York Guardians in the XFL. So yeah.
Can you talk about your XFL experience just a little bit?
I mean, I was coached by an outstanding coaching staff. They was a part of the New York Giants whenever they won like 2 Super Bowls. So amazing experience. But when the pandemic hit, it was sad.
Yeah.
You know, because I had to go home, and then just a lot of guys lost their jobs from coaches and then players. I mean, we was there for an opportunity to play football. So.
How did you even hear about the Pirates? How did you get involved with it?
Well, my former teammate from the Guardians, that boy Toby, he called me up and he's like, "Hey man, you know, if you want to play football, shoot, you know, we'd love to have you here." So he called me up, and then from that point, I was like, all right, let me get out there to Massachusetts. I've never been out here. I love it.
I know you're big on family. You have 3 kids, a wife. How is it being able to perform in front of them?
Oh, it's amazing. Like, whenever I see them watching me shoot, it makes it feel like a movie almost. And I just want them to see, you know, that their dad just out there having fun. I see my oldest out there dancing in the stands. You know, I try to, I gotta just focus in the game. But it's amazing seeing them there, just because, especially in college, and then, you know, with my in and outs with the NFL, you barely get to see them. So just seeing them there it makes me feel better inside, and then they get to see their dad do their thing. So
Does it add a little anxiety, some pressure?
No, but I mean, at this point, I love it though. That's what drives me. Is like, I'll literally have a routine where I gotta feel a rush, and then because I'm always just used to feeling that, so it just makes me want to play even harder.
And with football comes a lot of obligations. You have team meetings, you have workouts, you have practices, you're traveling practically every other weekend, you have games on Saturdays. How is it balancing football and family?
Shoot, I started a little system early, my freshman year in college. That's when my first one was born. And so, because I mean, still today it's a little challenging, but it's more of just like, all right, now we know how things go. I know when my son's gonna wake up to go use the restroom and stuff like that. So at this point, I know when to sit down and study for film, go change a diaper and stuff like that. So it all correlates with one another, just by me just simply, hey, look, I got football, I got my family. Because if I couldn't handle it, I wouldn't have brought him out here. Right. So I know it's more of a mental thing.
And the last game against the Louisville Extreme, you had an extraordinary game. So good, in fact, that you were named Player of the Week. Congratulations, by the way. You had multiple first downs, 2 touchdowns. Can you just briefly talk about what some of your favorite plays from that game were?
Those plays wouldn't happen if we didn't have a good coaching staff, good players, you know what I mean, up front, the old linemen doing their thing, and the receivers too. But honestly, I think my favorite play of the game, not even thinking of myself, but that boy Q with the opening kickoff return was crazy. So I think that's what started that momentum.
Definitely set the stage for the rest of the game. Yeah.
No question.
And how is it playing, because you originally played outdoor football, what's it like transitioning from having 5 offensive linemen, a tight end, to now having 3 offensive linemen?
It's a huge difference. You know, you got to make decisions a lot quicker. The field isn't as big. But it just, I mean, it's like everything is the same, but it's a little different just because, you know, I think the biggest difference is just the field.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
You can't, like me, I have to make a quicker decision just because the wall's right there. So.
And then in 2020, I think you talked about it a little bit, but you weren't able to play because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
What were some things that you did in that time in order to stay prepared and in order to be able to compete at the level that you're competing now?
Oh yeah, I'm always working up.
Yeah.
I'm always staying ready. I'm making sure that I gotta stay in tune with football, no matter what type of football it is. Just make sure I'm watching it. You know, I train youth for a little bit too. You know, just to be out there and get back to the community. But shoot, when I'm not around football, I'm around football just because I'm just so passionate about it, and that's why I'm so thankful.
So would you say it's just as much mental preparation as it is physical preparation?
To me, I take everything the same. Like, if it's football or if I'm going in at work, I gotta keep the same mental, but you also gotta take care of the physical too. Because if you're tired, you're not gonna be able to perform like you need to, whether that's your job. So.
And I have to ask about it, but I know a lot of indoor football players they wear turf shoes. It's kind of similar to wearing cleats if you were playing on a field, but you wear Jordans.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Is it for the style? Is it comfortable? What is it?
To be honest with you, I wish I could say it's for the style. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's really how comfortable my feet feel. Like I have indoor shoes, but they just don't feel the same whenever I'm running, and I just feel like with the low 1Js that I got, I can still make the same cuts. You know, I can still run in them, and my feet don't hurt. So I feel like if I could take care of my feet gonna take care of me.
It's very important, especially for a running back.
Yeah.
But say you had to tape an ankle, would you tape over the shoe or are you taping under it?
To be honest with you, I usually like my tape under my shoes. But if I had to bite down and go ahead and tape over them, you know what I'm saying? So
sacrifice some style.
You got to, right?
And the Pirates, we have 3 coaches on offense, and you play for Coach Crew. What is it like working with him on a daily basis?
He comes with great energy. He's always positive, you know, and if he needs to get onto you, he's gonna get onto you. But he knows his stuff. He knows football. He has drills for days, for no matter what position, running back, linebacker, receiver, anything. And I'm glad to have him there because, you know, he helps me improve on either his movements or improve blocking, and just everything all around. He's an outstanding coach.
And a lot of the Pirates coaches and staff have played arena football. Coach Arell, Coach Bones, Coach Kaiser, Coach Snay. As an athlete, do you find that beneficial?
Oh yeah, especially having guys that play in that specific league. I mean, shoot, they've been around the game, so they get the feel of it. They know the timing of things and know a little bit more than those who are used to outside football. Now they can actually show them, hey, you know, this is the differences and what we can do outside, kind of we can do in here. So, but I think with that type of background from those individuals, it for sure increases, you know, just the value of this team.
And I know Coach Bones recently took over as OC. Have you noticed any changes on offense?
I see guys, you know, just from the jump. You know, Coach Bones, I mean, he's the down-to-earth, you know, coach, the person, you know what I'm saying? You know, but I think with Coach Bones taking over, you know, you got guys that are trusting the process and believe in him, you know, because this is his first go-around too, so the coaching standpoint. But I got faith in him and I believe in him that, you know, he's going to get us right.
It seems like they kind of utilized the run game a little bit more last game. I'm sure you were happy about that.
Oh, yeah. It always feels good, you know what I mean, to get some love. Because I mean, this is the first year to have or running back stuff? Or?
Yeah, I think in the NAL it was more of a usage of fullbacks, and they utilized tight ends a little bit more, so it's a little different now, yeah.
All right. Yeah, man, so it feels great, you know, so, but as long as we win as a game, hey, if I'm in there blocking all day, I'll be in there blocking for Drew, so he can get it off to one of our receivers. So.
And the Pirates, they've had a couple of running backs come in and out throughout the season. So what is it about you that's so different that's allowed you to stay?
With me, I mean, I come to work every day locked in, just focused, just to make sure that my preparation stays the same. So I got to stay consistent in everything I do because I know it's a job, and I know that if I'm not doing my job, they're going to find somebody else that's going to do the job. So, and I love to compete. So whenever they bring somebody in or if they have somebody here, I love it because it's going to make the team better, and it should make those who are in the same position group better.
Yeah,
just by
it pushes
competition.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
So,
what can we expect to see from you going forward?
Going forward, pretty much, I don't want to stay the same because I don't want to be complacent. So I'm gonna improve my game no matter whether it's catching the ball even better, looking it in even more, making sure I have two hands over the ball, in contact. But me, I'm always looking at film, asking coaches, hey, what do you see that I can improve on? So I make sure that I'm not staying complacent.
And then one more question: what are your predictions for the Massachusetts Pirates as a whole?
As a whole, just gotta take it day by day, and if we continue to want to do better and put in the work to be better, I feel like we're gonna be in a great spot.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for sitting with us.